Good morning and welcome to Letting Go in 2019. I'll be reading from this book, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie, copyright 1990. Negotiating Conflicts. Recovery is about more than walking away. Sometimes it means learning to stay and deal. It's about building and maintaining relationships that work. Problems and conflicts are part of life and relationships with friends, family, loved ones, and at work. Problem solving and conflict negotiation are skills we can acquire and improve with time. Not being willing to tackle and solve problems in relationships leads to unresolved feelings of anger and victimization, terminated relationships, unresolved problems, and power plays that intensify the problem and waste time and energy. Not being willing to face and solve problems means we may run into that problem again. Some problems with people cannot be worked out in mutually satisfactory ways. Sometimes the problem is a boundary issue we have, and there is not room to negotiate. In that case, we need to clearly understand what we want and need and what our bottom line is. Some problems with people, though, can be worked out, worked through, and satisfactorily negotiated. Often, there are workable options for solving problems that we will not even see until we become open to the concept of working through problems in relationships rather than running from the problems. To negotiate problems, we must be willing to identify the problem, let go of blame and shame, and focus on possible creative solutions. To successfully negotiate and solve problems in relationships, we must have a sense of our bottom line and our boundary issues so we don't waste time trying to negotiate non-negotiable issues. We need to learn to identify what both people really want and need and the different possibilities for working that out. We can learn to be flexible without being too flexible. Committed, intimate relationships mean two people are learning to work together through their problems and conflicts in ways that work in both people's best interest. Today, I will be open to negotiating conflicts I have with people. I will strive for balance without being too submissive or too demanding. I will strive for appropriate flexibility in my problem solving efforts. I love this reading, but I want to kind of talk to you about one little thing in there where it says sometimes situations cannot be satisfactorily negotiated, something along those lines, or mutually agreed upon. There are times in life when you have a conflict with somebody and it's not going to be resolved, and you need to move on. You need to confront the issues, talk about them, don't put down the person, and hopefully they won't put you down either. But you need to discuss the issues. And if you find that you come to a place where, hey, we just don't agree on this, you think this way, I think that way, and we're not going to come to an agreement, then it's time to either accept that and still remain in a relationship with the person as a friend or acquaintance or whatever you are, or then it's time to say, okay, this is never going to work out. We're not going to agree. This is something that's very important to me, and I need you to see it this way. And if it really bothers you that they don't, it's time to let them go and move on. It doesn't matter who it is. Here is a situation in my own life. There was a situation where, with a friend, a very, very close friend, I mean super close for years, when she got to a certain point, she would make promises to me about picking me up and going out to lunch or meeting me somewhere to do a certain thing or joining a certain group or whatever. And I would get all excited about it. I'd get my clothes all laid out. I might even be dressed and ready to go. Person never shows up. A couple days later, because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and figuring, oh, well, maybe something came up, whatever. A couple days later, no call, no show, nothing. I call them up. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm sorry, girl. I'll make it good next time. I'll make it good to you. Okay, fine, whatever. This happened, I don't know how many times, countless times. Till one day I finally said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to be treated like this anymore. I'm tired of constant disappointment, constantly setting myself up, even preparing to go out and do these things, or calling the places and reserving like a spot at a restaurant or my spot in some group or something, and having this person never show. The worst time was when they said, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't, follow through on that. I'm bad about that, blah, blah, blah. Your birthday's coming up. I'm going to take you out. We're going to do it up really good. We're going to go to the hibachi grill. We're going to have a really rich dessert. We're going to really do it, girl. We're going to do it up." No call, no show. I was done. That was it. I told the person, "I'm sorry, but this is not how I run my friendships. This is not how I treat people. And obviously, you have no problem doing this to me repeatedly. I don't know what your issues are. Hope you work them out. But I'm done being scapegoated like this. I'm done being dragged through the mud. Um, I can't do it anymore." Another situation, real quick, and then I'll end this session because this is just examples of relationships you need to let go because they get at a stalemate. You can't work it out. There was one person, I worked things out with this person over the years pretty satisfactorily. And then they had this habit of taking their sleeping medicine right before they would call me. And they would just rattle on, rattle on, rattle on, and then say, "Oh, my meds are kicking in. I got to go." Before I could even get a word in edgewise. So they were literally talking at me. And they would get mad if I didn't answer while they were talking at me. They'd be like, "Are you there? Did you hear what I said?" "Yeah, I heard you." But let me tell you, truth be known, it's very draining listening to somebody drone on about themselves and everything going on with them when there's no back and forth exchange. So I had confronted this person several times, told them how I felt. Nothing changed. Finally, the last straw came one day when they were just rattling on, and, "Oh, I'm getting tired. I gotta go. I gotta let you go." That was it. I ended the friendship right there. And it was years of a friendship. We're talking about from like, I don't know, no, not even, the 2000, early 2000s to several years ago. I finally had enough. I was done. Um, Pretty sure this person had some real deep issues and the need to be heard, and also didn't have a whole lot of empathy for the person they were talking to. Besides me, anybody, really. As long as the person was singing their praises and telling them what a wonderful person they were, then they were there. As soon as you confronted this person and said, "Hey, you hurt me," bam. How did I hurt you? How can you say that to me? And I was like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. All right. So, which is why you don't see me with a lot of friends, because I'm very picky about who my friends are. Right now, my online friends, Dana, Michelle, and some of the people in my chat room, I would consider friends and friendly and decent people. But they're very few and far between. Right now, none of my in-person friends hang out with me at all. They're all working or have kids or they're busy. Some of them have died. So, yeah, that's just how it is. Maybe one day in my life there'll be an era where I have friendships again in person and we go out to dinner and hang out. But right now, my husband is my best friend, and there's nobody that compares to him. And if he treats me like dirt, well, we work it out. We talk about it, whatever. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And that's a relationship that's negotiable. We can get through it. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, don't hold on to those things that are toxic to you. If you got to let a 20-year friendship go because somebody's treating you like dirt, do it. Move on. Do not stay in things that weigh you down and do not bring out the best in you and do not make you feel the best because you're so much better than that. We're talking about negotiating conflicts, but realizing there are some that are non-negotiable. Have a great day. See you tomorrow on the Letting Go series in 2019. God bless.